Welcome back to Anis Sajan Unfiltered, where we don't just talk about business, we talk about balance. In today's episode, we are stepping away from the boardroom and into something far more personal. The annual journey Anis Sajan takes every year to Jindal Naturecure in Bangalore. This one's going to shift your perspective. Let's get unfiltered. Sir, you go to Jindal Naturecure every single year. Can you explain to our audience a little bit what exactly it is and why you go there?
Well, I've been going to Jindal Naturecure, which is in Bangalore, for the last 15 years. I've been going for my well-being. It is a naturopathy center. You know, we all go for holidays, whether to Europe or to different parts of the world. But this is one place I go for my well-being. And whenever I go there, I get charged. I give time for myself and I get the energy and power when I return from there for the next 1 year.
So I'm curious to understand what made you first go there?
Oh yes, this is very interesting. I had a problem of migraine which was uncurable and I did different therapies, had medicines, but there was no cure. So one fine day my brother said, why don't you go and try this naturopathy center? Maybe it might help. And I went there. And the weather of that place, the people around, the food, everything, I loved it. And from there, I haven't looked back. Migraine is history, but it's just not migraine. There are many other benefits of going there.
So, do you remember your first time at Jindal, and was there something that surprised you when you went there?
Oh yes, they gave me vegetarian food, a couple of chapatis, some salads, which I had never eaten. A guy who's been eating non-vegetarian food got vegetarian food. So I was a little apprehensive about it, but with time I got used to it and rest is history, as they say. Now I've been going there for the last 15 years and you can see the change which has come out in me, what I was 40 years at the age of 40 and today at the age of 55.
So coming from such a fast-paced life in Dubai, was it difficult to slow down?
In the initial phase, it was definitely difficult, but how a car needs service, your body also needs service. If you keep running, bhag dod mein lage rahoge, you will definitely break down. And like I mentioned, after I went there, the fresh air, the greenery, the beautiful walks, the lovely food, the healthy food made me realize that it's important to slow down if you want to stay healthy.
So sir, have you made any long-term changes to your diet because of this?
Very much. You know what, initially my breakfast used to be, when I used to start in the morning, used to be eggs, tea with milk, and also sometimes I used to have a non-veg keema or a kaleji. Nothing wrong in it, but I realized that you got to start your breakfast with sprouts, fruits and a cup of green tea. And there is a difference, trust me, जब तक आप वो करोगी नहीं, सामने वाला बोलेगा ये क्या बोल रहा है? How can you have sprouts for breakfast? Everybody says you need to have a heavy breakfast, but sprouts itself has a lot of proteins, and which is more healthy than having a kaleji or a keema in the morning.
So sir, can you tell us a little bit about what life looks like when you're at Jindal Naturecure?
Where it is a very disciplined place, you can't take any outside food. Nobody's allowed to take alcohol, cigarettes, no chocolates, nothing from outside. Whatever they give, you need to have. Secondly, your bell is rung in the morning at 5 o'clock to remind you, boss, it's time to wake up. Then you go for the morning walk, you do the kriyas, you do the outdoor yoga, you do the laughing classes. All this freshens you up early in the morning. Then you go for a healthy massage, which is so good and it gives you so much of energy. And then you have your lunch. Now you will ask me, sir, आपने breakfast तो नहीं लिया? But after your yoga, they give you a fresh juice or nariyal pani, which is good enough. Because a lot of people say कि यार ये तो तुमको भूखा मार रहे. बिल्कुल नहीं. Every 2 hours, there's fresh juices given, which is good for your body and it keeps you healthy and nourished. So they customize your diet according to your body. If you are obese, they make sure that they put you on fasting after 3 days. For me, I was never obese, but they made sure that I don't eat 4-5 chapatis. They gave me only 2 chapati, and you could not mix chapati with rice. Either they give you a khichdi or they give you a chapati. So this is a misconception कि भाई चावल नहीं खाया तो खाना अधूरा है. 2 चपाती खा ली, साथ में थोड़ा स्प्राउट्स और सैलेड्स खा लिया, good enough. हमारे में वो मेंटालिटी होती है कि नहीं सर चावल नहीं खाया यानी पेट भरा नहीं है, बट इट्स ऑल अबाउट इन द माइंड, यू गॉट टू चेंज योर माइंडसेट.
So, like you mentioned, the routine there is quite strict. Early mornings, fixed nutrition. So, what did this teach you about your own discipline?
There was a time when I used to wake up at 9 in the morning and do my routine of breakfast, no yoga. अब ऐसा हो गया कि मैं 5 बजे नहीं उठता हूँ, मैं 6 साढ़े 6 बजे उठता हूँ. I do my yoga at 7 to 8:30 my yoga is done. Then I have my shower and nature's call. Get ready for my breakfast by 9:30. And in the office I'm at 10 o'clock. मेरे लिए योगा बहुत ज़रूरी है. This yoga has changed my life for good. I am in shape. I am doing the breathing exercise which is giving me a lot of oxygen, and the meditation which has made my mind sharp. So this 1.5 hours, I make sure that I give it to myself every day. And in winters, I go for the morning walks for half an hour because in summers it's quite hot. The weather in Bangalore, it's 12 months very good in the morning. It's around 20-21 degrees. So why wouldn't you go for a morning walk? So that's what I do it in winter here. But my yoga, winter or summer, I make sure I do it religiously 6 days a week, if not 7.
So, do you believe that this kind of structure actually gives you more energy?
Lots of energy. I know what I was till 40 and after 40. It's given me a lot of energy, a lot of power, mental strength and the belief in myself. जब मैं पहले ऑफिस आता था, थका हुआ सा रहता था, दिमाग काम नहीं करता था, अब उसका उल्टा हो गया है. I can say, mashallah, by the grace of Almighty God, I am going in reverse gear. And that is thanks to the discipline I learned in Jindal Naturecure.
Sir, so आपके जैसे बहुत लोग वहाँ पे जाते होंगे for maybe 7 to 10 days for various reasons. And it might be a little bit easier to stay disciplined when you have someone watching over you. So how does that discipline actually carry forward for the rest of the year?
Now it depends on person to person. Like I have always said, if you love yourself, you will make sure that you follow the discipline when you are away from that place. वरना अगर आपको वापस when you come back to your routine life, your भाग दौड़ वाली दुबई की लाइफ या बॉम्बे की लाइफ या किधर जहाँ रहते हो आपकी लाइफ, आपने वो रूटीन नहीं लाया, वो डिसिप्लिन नहीं लाया, तो वो 7 दिन इट्स अ वेस्ट. अगर आपको उसका बेनिफिट लेना है तो ग्रेजुअली आपको मेक श्योर करना है कि आपके लाइफ में वो डिसिप्लिन लाना है. जैसे मैंने कहा कि जल्दी उठना है, रात में जल्दी सोना है, पहले जल्दी उठने के लिए रात में जल्दी सोना है, राइट ब्रेकफास्ट करना है, राइट लंच करना है, छोटा सा पावर नैप लेना है सो दैट यू आर फ्रेश इन द इवनिंग. फिर इवनिंग में जाके राइट डाइट लेना है. मेक श्योर दैट यू फिनिश योर डिनर बिफोर 8 o'clock. जितना आप लेट खाओगे उतना खाना हजम नहीं होगा. और मैं हमेशा मानता हूँ, और ये बात मैं चाहता हूँ कि सारे मेरे दोस्त सुने, कि you should have your first diet in the morning, your first breakfast in the morning with an empty bowel.
So many times you've called this shift from survival to self-care. So what does that really mean to you?
Like I mentioned, you have a family. You need to take care of them. How do you take care of them? If you are healthy. वो कहते हैं ना, health is wealth. कोई ऐसे ही नहीं कहता है. There is a reason behind it. अगर आपको वो wealth का ध्यान रखना है और आपके फैमिली का ध्यान रखना है, आपको हेल्दी रखना पड़ेगा. आपके बिजनेस का ध्यान रखना है, आपको हेल्दी रहना होगा.
So how has your mindset changed professionally and personally after making health a priority?
In a huge way. I remember before I used to be short-tempered because of my headache, not sleeping well, and my work ethics were not right. Now there's a lot of difference, and people around me have told me, not that मुझे गुस्सा नहीं आता है अभी भी गुस्सा, but जो पहले गुस्सा आता था उसके मुकाबले में ये 10% है. And I have observed it myself that self-realization has come. Like I always say, when you do meditation, you make your mind sharp. So वो awareness आ जाता है कि you are going in the right direction. I think twice before exploding.
Sir, so अभी तक आपने हमें बताया about all of the habits that you were able to carry forward into your life, but कुछ ऐसा है जो अभी तक आपने मास्टर नहीं किया है?
यस श्रवणी, अच्छा होगा ये सवाल किया आपने. मैं अपने अभी तक नींद को मास्टर नहीं कर पाया हूँ. नींद जो है वो एक महबूबा की तरह होती है. अगर आप उसका ध्यान रखो तो आपके पास वो चिपक के रहेगी, आपका ध्यान रखेगी. लेकिन अगर आपने उसको निगलेक्ट किया तो आपसे रूठ के चली जाएगी. और ये मेरे पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से कह रहा हूँ कि अभी भी मैं रात में मैच होता है तो मैच देखता हूँ, और मुझे मूवी देखने की आदत है, वो देखता हूँ तो वो मेरे माइंड को एक्टिव कर देता है. अगर मैं इसको मास्टर कर लूँ तो मैं समझूंगा कि मैंने दुनिया को मास्टर कर ली.
So a lot of people say that I don't have time for this. मुझे खुद का ध्यान रखने के लिए time नहीं है. तो what would you say to them?
I am afraid I would only say if you love yourself, you will find automatically time. Because मैंने कहा कि मेरा वहाँ जाना हर साल religiously is just because I want to service my body. जैसे आप गाड़ी को सर्विस करते हो. तो अगर आपके पास टाइम नहीं है तो आप गलत बोल रहे हो. टाइम निकाला जाता है. अगर आप अपने आप से मोहब्बत करते हो, अपनी फैमिली से मोहब्बत करते हो, टाइम अपने आप आ जाएगा.
So sir, of course, अगर कोई जिंदल नेचर क्योर जा पाए आपकी तरह तो that's great. But if someone isn't able to do that, what would you say is one small step they can take towards their healthcare?
मेक श्योर कि अपनी लाइफ में थोड़ा डिसिप्लिन लाओ. बिकॉज अगर आप वो डिसिप्लिन लाओगे, तो चाहे योगा करना है या थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज करना है, वॉक पे चले गए, स्विमिंग करने चले गए, रन के लिए चले गए, अपने आप लाइफ आप देखना ट्रैक पे आ जाएगी. आपकी फैमिली भी खुश रहेगी, आप भी खुश रहेंगे. एज दे से अ हेल्दी माइंड लीड्स टू अ हेल्दी बॉडी.
So after all of these years, what is the one biggest lesson that Jindal has taught you about life and your health?
राजेश खन्ना ने बहुत अच्छी तरह से एक पिक्चर में डायलॉग कही थी, बाबू मोशाय जिंदगी बड़ी होनी चाहिए, लंबी नहीं. सो यहाँ पे व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, और राजेश खन्ना probably wanted to say, how many years you stay or you survive in this world, you stay healthy. Whether you stay for 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, वो आप अगर healthy रहोगे तो आप उस जिंदगी का मजा ले सकोगे. And my message to all my friends and near ones or anybody who listens to this podcast, if you are healthy, your family will be healthy.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of Anis Sajan Unfiltered. Hearing Anis sir open up about his Jindal journey is a reminder that even the busiest people can and should make time for their health. We'll be back soon with yet another powerful conversation. Until then, take care of yourself and thank you for tuning in.